if you're like the rest of us, it's very common for you to feel like you're behind. Like somehow you missed something. Like everyone else figured it out but you. So you work harder. You push, you lean into it. You spend more hours at the office. You spend more hours trying to get the kids to behave. You spend more hours working on your relationship. Or you start pulling back. You realize that all the effort you're putting in is not getting you anywhere. So you suddenly start finding yourself gently hitting that feeling of resignation. Like this is as good as it gets. And what you realize is that either pushing harder or going to resignation, pulling back, neither one of those really work for you. There are seasons where everything feels like it just stops working. It doesn't matter what direction you look in life. It just feels like you are stuck. And it's not because you've stopped trying. It's not because you stopped caring. It's because something underneath your life has shifted. Now, when you're in these positions where you feel like you're completely stuck and nothing is working no matter what you've tried, it can feel like you have failed. But what if this isn't failure? What if this is a season that has a pattern? So I want to name this for you. I want to tell you what you're bumping up against. Now, this is going to feel a little academic at first, right? So this is what it's called. In adult learning theory, it is called the subject-object shift. And I guarantee you have already been through the subject-object shift dozens of times in your life. So let me give you an example. I want you to rewind the clock and I want you to think back to junior high. All right, so when you were there, you were in it, right? I mean, you were fully immersed in it. You weren't walking around being all philosophical. You weren't talking to your friends about how this was developing you for the rest of your life. You were too immersed in junior high to be able to see junior high. Okay, now that you are older, now that you have outgrown it, now that you are in a different phase of your life, you can see junior high for what it was worth. Now, again, you have experienced this many places. You've experienced this subject-object shift when you got out of high school, right? Years later, you can look back on it. Same thing if you were in the military, if you went through college, if you got a new job, when you got a new job. You could feel like this through a new relationship that you're in. The thing is, folks, that you cannot see the forest for the trees. And this subject-object shift is what helps you kind of put things into a new category so that you can begin learning from all these different areas where you feel stuck in your life. You see, something is running your life that you can't really see. You don't have the distance yet. You don't have the objectivity. But not knowing the right answers isn't the problem. It's not knowing the right questions. That's the problem. So we're going to dig into this here a little deeper. And just keep in mind, folks, when you are still in the thing, you're not yet able to step outside of it. So what feels like being stuck is often the moment right before you have clarity. Something in you changes. Something shifts. You are not broken, okay? What you are feeling, it's a universal experience. There are thousands, if not millions of other people in their lives right now feeling like they are completely stuck and they don't know how to get unstuck. All right? You're not doomed. This is not the end, okay? You may have assumed this is as good as it gets, okay? I can't do anything more. You might assume that, this is some kind of a failure on your part. but it's actually a very standard process of change and, dare I say it, growth for adults. So, okay, let me slow this down here for a minute. I want to go ahead and help you name what is actually happening in your life right now. Now, I've designed a thinking tool, and we're going to walk through this together here for a few moments. In fact, I'm going to go over and pop over to it here right now. We're going to answer this question. Where has something that used to work, where has it stopped working? So if you're going through this with a group, your group leaders may have printed these out for you. If you're finding this video online, the show notes should have a link to where you can go find this file. It's going to look something like this. Okay, and then again, here's the question that we just talked about. Where has something that used to work stopped working? Okay, and then I would just went ahead and put in some examples here. My career stopped working. Well, I feel like I have little chance of growing where I am. Church stopped working for me. Okay, maybe your walk with God hit a plateau. Maybe hanging out with friends just isn't working either, because every time you get together, you just feel like all you guys do is complain, right? So let me go ahead and show you a real world example here. So again, this form should be fillable for you. So for me, large in part, it was work just wasn't working, okay? I'm going to say no matter what I tried, it just didn't seem to get any better. Okay? So something like this, okay? So what I want you to do here in real time, pull up this document, and I'm just going to give you a few moments here to kind of work through this. So I'm going to go ahead and set a little bit of a timer here and just give you some time right now while we're in this video. Go ahead and pull this document up and just go ahead and start typing in it. If you have the digital form, or go ahead and start writing away if you happen to have the hard copy version. Okay, so yes, don't feel uncomfortable with the silence here. Just go ahead and use this time just to go ahead and work. Okay, keep on going there. And again, just pick one area there. You don't need to go too deep into it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull back now, go into the rest of the presentation. Again, thanks for working on that. So yeah, as I said, go ahead and just name whatever it was there that wasn't working for you. Okay, so those things that you listed right now, I want you to know those are not failures on your part. Okay, those are not failures on your part. Those are what we call signals. What I would love for you to do, if you have found some value in this exercise so far, just kind of understanding that first off, you're not stuck. You're actually right to a point where, hey, it feels like, yeah, I'm going to get over this, right? Whatever the thing that I just kept beating my head into a wall, yeah, I feel like this can actually go somewhere, right? So if this has resonated with you at any level, I would love for you to go find Module 2, okay? So for those of you who are working through this in a group setting, your group leader will be able to walk you to where Module 2 is. Likewise, for those of you who are finding this online, just go ahead and take a look at the show notes. It should have a link over there to Module 2. All right, so quick intro here as we wrap up. My name is Jason Owens. This is Deep Water Labs. We love talking about the things that happen when life doesn't go according to plan. Take care, everyone. See you soon.